All right, we're back at it with semi-final number 5. Everly, Dunn, Webster, Tia, Rayner, Collis, McKenna, none into that first turn. Oh, riders down. It was the rider from the Midlands who hit the deck. That was Noah Everly. His British Championships are over as they head towards turn number 2. We are looking at Caden Dunn on the 1.4, leading it into the turn. The 15.4 of Henry Rayner in there in 4. Zachary Tier is chasing him down in 5. Rayner and Tia for that final position in the main event. Who's going to get it down the straight? Caden Dunn's got the win. Who's going to get it? Like Rayner went through. Oh, Noah Everly, so close, but yet so far.
Second 15-year-old semi-final hits the track. Smith's on the inside, charging for that first corner. But Cody Coker has been shot out of the cannon. Coker leads in the turn. That's going to be Smith in there in 2 rounds in 3. Who's picking up 4 and 5 as he comes through that second straight? That looks like he's in the 1.5 of Pipeline. He's in the mix of the qualifying spot. Here comes the 9.2. Oh, the Smith's been made in the turn. Louis Kinder is in 5. But it's all out for with Coker, Smith and Brown. Then 3 guys are clear of the rest of the pack, and taking it through to the Brits final. Who's going to get that final qualifying spot? That's going to go to the 1.5 lane.
Semi-final number 7 heading down the hill. This one includes Ruby Moores, Annalise Cadman Carpenter and Carly Hayes. Into turn number 1 they go. It looks like Ruby's got the whole shot. BB Alderton, Isla Radcliffe, Missy Large in there as well, and Anya Mattern Alonso. But it's the 3.1. Ruby Moores from the Midlands out in front. That looks like Anya Mattern Alonso, I think, in there in 2. Or is Megan Roy? Anya's in there in 5. Annalise Cadman Carpenter in that final qualifying position as they go down the final straight. It's more Roy going through Carly Hayes and Annalise Cadman Carpenter.
Semi-final number 8 hits the track on well number 4. Heading down that first straight corner, big jumping Jess Marriott heading for the first turn. She's got Sophie Elwood on the outside into the corner. It is going to be Marriott leading it through. Check out Savina Ashford getting busy in turn 1. She's in that 2 spot being chased out by the Midlands riding. Got to be Laurie Carruthers moving her way through. She's in the qualified spot at the moment. Elwood under pressure from the 5.5. In that second corner, that was Imogen Cockrell. Cockrell chasing down the top 4 spot into the final turn. Your world number 4 though, Marriott running away with it. She's going to take it down the straight. Marriott, Ashman, Carruthers, Elwood. That's going to be your top 4.
Semi-final number 9, Finn Phillips, Thomas Doran in this one, 1 and 2. Oliver Kendall right there in the middle as they head towards the first corner. Rayo Stefanovs as well of the south, and Zach Twitching trying to get involved. Oh, the needle got threaded by Zach Chapman as they came through that first turn. He's in there in 3rd right now. So it's the 14.5, Oliver Kendall, Thomas Doran. Oh, it's Elliot Brooks. Zach Chapman's there in about 6 or 7 at the moment. East Anglia in that final qualifying position. That's going to be Thomas Miller. So Miller's going to get that 4th spot, I think. Thomas Doran going through in 2.
Semi-final number 10, the second of the 16-year-olds hits the track. Looking like that could be Finn Hoff on the inside. Heading for turn number 1, but he's got a European number 3. Junior Doctor Smooth is Clitheroe around the outside. Hoff, Clitheroe, that's your 1 and 2 in the north, and picking up spots 3 and 4 at the moment. Who's having 3 coming up through? Looking like he could be taking 4. So yes, it is Curtis coming in. He's getting busy into turn 2. Copeland picks up the top 4. Williams is in 5, chasing towards the final corner. But it is Hoff. Clitheroe, force it. Copeland, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how they're going to take it. 2 of the north and 2 of the Midlands.
Moving on, 17 and 18-year-olds. This is going to be one of the whole shot classes later on for the ODI whole shot award. Freddie Cameron Carpenter, Ruben Smith in this one. Looks like Smith's going to pick up the whole shot. Where is Owen Pullen? He's right there in the middle of the pack in about fourth. Dexter Gamby trying to make some moves as well. And Alfie Holloway in the mix as they go towards the corner. Alfie Holloway in there in two. Who's got that fourth spot? It's the battle of the East Anglia riders. Cameron Carpenter and Pullen into that final corner. Cameron Carpenter's in there in four. Looks like Ruben Smith's going to take the win. Cameron Carpenter makes it in.
More 17 to 18-year-old semi-final action coming your way, ladies and gents. That's got to be Seawood. Jaden Seawood's had a great start from the outside. He's going to hold shot into turn number one. Seawood out front, or is that George Gerard? I think it might be Gerard out there in that real spot. He's got a chain in there with him, who's picking up three. That is Zach Green at the moment on the 9.1 plate. It's all happening in turn number two. That is Jaden Seawood bending off an attack from Hamling in the corner. So it is going to be the two north in 1 and 4. Last straight action, Gerard takes it. Young for two, and he's going to be Green for three. And that is a lucky record, so we're in for.
19 to 29-year-olds, Tyrese Bradshaw right there in the middle, Callum Chard-Maple next to him as they head towards turn number one. Joshua Butson trying to get involved, and Joshua is on as well as they go in and out of the turn. Tyrese Bradshaw on his home track here in Derby, out in front, Callum Chard-Maple in there in two, Joshua Butson in three. The 5.4 is Kenny Phillips. He's under pressure from Ross Sharp. Sharp's looking for a move in that final turn. He's still back there in five. He's dived underneath his North Region teammate. Sharp's going to make it in. Tyrese is in. Josh is in. Oh, and Ross Sharp's at the final spot.
Just as the wind picks up, when the gate drops, as 19 to 29-year-olds all ago. Stack, he's had a great day heading for the... Oh, he's hit the deck! Ryan Stack takes Brits off with him on the first straight. Cope leads it. That's going to be Lucas in two, who's picking up the three spot. Looks like one of the East Anglians heading into the turn. That is the 9.
Go on, Neil. Go.
Brits is in the qualifying spot. In there in fourth, doing it for the South. And BMX Race Hub Company's under pressure in the turn. Last straight action. It is going to be Cope taking it. Lucas, he's in for two. Wallace and Bruniers are taking the final spots. Put your hands together for Brett Dub, ladies and gents.
Still got a rider down on that first straight, so we will hold for a moment. Ryan Stack, just making sure he's all right.
To his feet. Put your hands together, ladies and gents. Ryan Stack.
Right, listen up, Eleanor Martin, we have your phone and bank card. It's been handed in, Eleanor Martin. So if you want to make any phone calls or spend any money, you need to go and see the... It might be in Derby cabin, it might be at the admin cabin, but Eleanor Martin, we have your phone and bank card. If you don't want it, let me know and we'll order Uber Eats. All right, Ryan Stack is stood upright, which is good to see.
to the
17 to 29 female semi-final number one. Lottie Emane, Megan Kirby, Caitlin Ellis in this one as well. Remy Godfrey right there in the middle trying to make her way in. Tilly McCrum getting involved as well as they go in and out of that turn. It looks like the local rider Lottie Emane here from Derby BMX Club, who is out front and in control. Megan Kirby battling away with Caitlin Ellis. Ellis making a move now. She's into two. That is Remy Godfrey in that fourth spot. And it looks like the rider in five might be Taylor Lee Moen. Has she got anything for Remy in that final corner? She's gone for the high-low. Lottie Emane is going to take it. Who's going to get it on the line for that fourth spot? Caitlin Ellis going through. Looks like Taylor Lee Moen taking it to the stripe.
Semi-final number 16 hits the track. Drew Higgs on the inside, but Lily Chitterer, the Midlands and Team Maver UK is charging for turn number one. Chisholm leads it out. Who's that in there with her? Gotta be a rider out of the north. Looking like Olivia first. She's turned on the turbocharge for this semi-final. There's a couple of other north riders in the mix as well. One of them is Imogen Gibson. She's in a qualifying spot. Drew Higgs in 5. The 13.5. Oh, he's having moves put on her in that turn. That was Drew. Drew's gone from 3 to 5 in one corner. Gibson made the move, and it looks like 3 north are on track to make the final at the moment. Drew isn't done yet though. Chisholm third. That's how they're going to take it. Looks like Gibson and Drew are going to take the final qualifying spots.
Veterans now, 40 plus guys heading down the hill. That looks like Rich Taylor from Preston on the outside, but Benjamin Martinez is going to lead it into that first turn. Matt Barnard getting involved as well. So the Midlands 1 and 2, and there's a posse of South riders right there behind him. But Martinez is just working his way out in front. The 4.5 of Adam Boudet in there in 2. Who's got that 4th spot? The 3.5 being chased down. And Adrian Woodcock being chased by George Salmon into that final turn. Woodcock and Salmon battling away for him. Woodcock still holding on to it. Here comes George Salmon down the final straight. Who's going to get into the line? Salmon and Woodcock. Ho ho! One for the transponders.
Second rack of their semi-finals, Fraser Watson. Check him out. Where are you, Scotland? Watson's charging for turn number 1. Who's in there with him? Looks like there's a crew of South jerseys picking it up as they go in and out the turn. Lee Carrick's getting busy in the corner, and he's worked his way into a top 2 spot. What a first corner that was from Carrick. Watson, Carrick at the moment, the 1.5. Looks like that's got to be Manning in the mix. That's Steve Manning inside a top 4 spot. Danny T is in 5. On the outside looking in as they go in and out of that final turn. That looks like Zoltan Boudet in 4. It's going to be Watson, Carrick. Boudet's made his move. Manning's going to take the final qualifying spot.
First of the Grand Veteran semi-finals, it's the East Anglia duo, Alan Hill and Timmy Turnbull, going in 1 and 2 into that first corner. Who else is getting involved? Gary Carver as well. He's in there in 3. The South Rider going through in 4. Is Keith Julie in the middle of this one? I think he is. He's there in that 4th spot right now, coming under pressure though from Brett Knight as they go towards that corner. Knight's made his move. Keith Julie's been pushed back into 5. But out in front, Alan Hill. In and out of final corner. Timmy Turnbull's in there in 2. Julian Allen. Gary Carver's going to get the 3. Brett Knight's going to get the 4.
Here we go, second rack of Grand Vets, 50 plus gents heading for turn number 1. Looks like there's a great game from Stephen Hassel. He wants to make up for yesterday's misfortune, and he's looking to do it in that first corner at the moment. The South are going 1, 2, 3. Looking good at the moment for Hassel. That looks like Craig Hughes in the mix. Inside that 2 spot on the 18.5. The British champ Lee Hunt wants to retain that 0-1 later on today. He's in a qualified spot and a solid position to do so at the moment. Big mix in there as well. Inside the top 4 for the Midlands. So it's South 1, 2, 3. The Midlands are in 4, but he's under pressure down the final straight. Here comes the Southwest. Not going to get close enough. Taylor's out in 5.
Okay. Let's go back to semi-final number 4, the 14-year-olds, minus Logan Whittleson, but it's Heath Thomas, Ben Larkins, Harvey Tomlinson in towards turn number 1. Where is Lucas Seeley? He's in there in 2, but East Anglia are leading it out. I've got a feeling that is Heath Thomas coming down that second straight. It is. Seeley's in there in 2, Tomlinson's in 4. Who's got the 3? Looks like the 26.5 of Ben Larkins. Eden Booney's on the outside looking in right now. Ossian Parr's in there in 6, but there is no doubt in the Heath Thomas is in control. Lucas Seeley's going to pick up the 2. Ben Larkins for the 3. And Harvey Tomlinson for 4.
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. 3 o'clock then for your finals. 3 o'clock for your finals.
Earlier than that.
Okay, time for the inside line. British Championships Day 2. We had the whole of yesterday's racing and then today as well. I'm sure there's a few things to talk about. But first from me, obviously, is the way everyone arrives at this event and qualifies. So the regional grassroots qualification process with 1,400 riders here this weekend.
Yeah, we couldn't have asked for a better event than this. 1,400 riders. I don't think we've had that many since the 1980s. And the fact that people turn up who only normally race regionals, you don't know who certain riders are in certain categories, it's prime for a big surprise on, come main time, because, you don't know some of these riders and they turn up and they do well. It's great.
Yeah, certainly back in the day it used to be the case. There was no internet or Instagram or anything else, so you didn't know a lot about anyone's form, and they would rock up and blow your socks off. And it's still happening, as you say. Yeah, so a few standouts for you, Lewis.
Do you know what? We've had some wicked racing. I mean, yesterday, some of the riders, the way that the moves were happening in the corners, especially from some riders that you might consider less experienced as well when it comes to racing, the way that people are working the turns. I think it's really important when we come to Derby anyway that riders are using the turns to their benefit. But the way that they've been doing it over the last couple of days has been fantastic.
Yeah, for sure. Wins picked up day 2. Been a few crashes. Obviously, thoughts out with everyone who's been involved in an incident in crashes today. A few injuries that they'll take away with them, I think. But the racing's been really good.
Yeah, racing's top notch. British Championships, you can't beat it. I think it's second only to the Worlds for me in terms of atmosphere, in terms of action, in terms of the way people really put that extra effort in, because everybody wants that coveted 0-1. It's the only plate that you can walk away with at this event. It's like winning the FA Cup. You're in the competition. Best man on the day wins. It's just brilliant.
Yeah, I personally love it. I think it's the jeopardy on the day as well. You've got one shot, not a whole series. And I know, the national number one's a really big deal, but I think the O1 is a really, really big thing to win.
Yeah, I think every rider wants it. Every rider that turns up here, their one goal is to come away with that 0-1. Some people perhaps have different sort of levels of that goal, but they all eventually want that 0-1. So to see the competition coming into these events and just seeing how much these riders want it, it puts on a show for the spectators, puts on a show for us guys as when we're watching from up there. It just makes the event exactly what it is. It's like you say, it's that coveted 0-1. Everyone's after it and everyone is willing to do whatever they can for it.
Yeah, so next up finals here from day 2 from the seniors, I suppose, 13 plus. But just sort of reflecting on the summer and then the next few years, we've got an Olympic cycle ahead of us, LA 28, Los Angeles, and I'm already quite excited about it. And chatting to Ross Cullen yesterday, he's obviously on a mission. It sort of starts, I guess, tomorrow, but and Freya and many others as well. Obviously it didn't quite go to plan in Paris, but a really interesting few years ahead of us.
Yeah, I think it is. They've got a full Olympic cycle this time. It's 4 years instead of 3. So, they've got more time to prepare. They've got more time to get those vital UCI points. I think, GB didn't get what they wanted for Paris. They really wanted 2 riders in for the men. They didn't quite get it. They've got a lot of time now to make up for, any perceived mistakes that they think they've made. And, with the future's bright, with Freya coming in and that kind of stuff. And we've still got Emily and Beth on the women's side and Ross Cullen and, you've got Callum Russell coming through as well on the men's side. It's going to be a very interesting time. And like I said, I'm excited to see what they can bring in for Los Angeles 2028.
Yeah, and we've talked about it before, but beyond that as well, the development pathway is really, really strong. And I think that, for me, the broader the base of that talent, the taller the pyramid, if you know what I mean. So I'm a big fan of that broad base, and let's see where we get to in the next few years. Okay. Right, well, on with the finals, day 2, and then the presentation. There's a parade to get in as well. We'll capture a bit of that on the highlights show. But in the meantime, next up are the finals.
anything at all.
We are going to be kicking off for the 13-year-olds.
I have to admit, I've been looking forward to this final all day long. Age group that holds a special place for me, being as it's my lads' age group as well. I love all these boys. They do a fantastic job. The racing is top notch. We are going to introduce you to the finalists. For the North region, we have Nate Hamilton. For the South, Elvis Lawrence. For Scotland, Brody Geddes. For the North, James Cottrell. For the South, Robin Matten Alonso. For the North, Todd Smith-Notman. For the North, Toby Lynch. And for East Anglia, Oliver Tyers. Silence for the start, please, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. The 13-year-old final of the 2024 British BMX Championships is go. Toby Lynch has got a flyer, but here comes Oliver Tyers into the corner. Tyers picks up the whole shot. Toby Lynch isn't done yet. Todd Smith-Notman's right there in the middle. Nate Hamilton's working his way down the inside. Tyers is still in front. He's starting to open a little bit of a lead. The only person near him is Toby Lynch. Nate Hamilton's made his move. Tyers is about to patch his teammates. Oliver Tyers of East Anglia bringing it down the final straight. He is your British champion. Toby Lynch takes the 2. Nate Hamilton takes the 3. What racing! Next up, 13-year-old girls. We have got for the Southwest, Afia Pick. For the South, Matilda Sacheru. For East Anglia, Sidoni Cleve. For the North, Lexi Kearns. For Cornwall, for the Southwest, Isabella Rowe. For the Midlands, Ellie Moore. For the Midlands again, Rin Serafina Gianolino. And for East Anglia, Katie Miller. The gate drops on the 13-year-old girls. Final here in the British BMX Championships. Katie Millar's got a flyer in. Serafina Gianolino in there in that second spot. Ellie Moore trying to get involved as well. Isabella Rowe inside the top 3 right now. Lexi Kearns pushing hard as well. But as they head towards turn number 2, it is the 3.3 of Katie Millar. Rin Serafina's in there in 2. Southwest rider Isabella Rowe going through in 3. As they go in and out of the final turn, it's looking like 2 from 2 for East Anglia. The yellow and black, Katie Miller to the line. She's going to take the win. Wow, wow, wow.
There we go, we're on. The 14-year-olds are locked and loaded for their final. We have got from the South, Teddy Kitson. Out of the North, Oliver James. A couple of riders out of the South, we've got Harvey Tomlinson and Ben Larkins. From the North, Lucas Seeley. Out of the Southwest, Amos Guppy. Out of East Anglia, Heath Thomas. And riding for the South, your world number 5, Kai Bowen. The 14-year-olds hit the track. Thomas had a great gain. It's him and Bowen heading down the first straight. Bowen's front wheel gets ahead. Here comes the South rider from the outside. Bowen elbow to elbow in the turn. Larkins is there with him. heading through the second straight. It is all about Bowen. Thomas isn't done yet. Kai Bowen, Heath Thomas, 1 and 2. The 28.5 is on the inside. That is Watkins hanging on to a top 3. Lucas Seeley's not finished yet. Heath Thomas on the inside. Bowen burns off the attack. Kai Bowen, road number 5, British champion. Gumpy takes 2. Harvey Tomlinson makes a podium finish. Wow, oh wow, a final that had it all. Put your hands together for Heath Thomas, ladies and gents.
Yeah, he did. Couldn't help but have a go, could he?
14-year-old girls are lined up on the gate. We have got from the Midlands, Orla Cooper. Out of East Anglia, Lily Hayes. East Anglia again, Lottie McFarlane. For the South, Lucy Gardner. Out of the Southwest, Grace Birch. Out of the Scottish crew, Aileen Watson. Out of the Southwest, Lottie Brown. And on her home track for the Midlands, your European number 5, Amelia Everly. The 14-year-old girls final hits the track. Emily's on the outside. Aileen Watson is having an absolute stormer of this. Oh! Emily gets it all wrong. Aileen Watson, the Scottish crew are going to go wild. Watson leads it, but here comes the E4. Lottie Brown, she can't stop, she won't stop. She wants her way through. Heading into turn number 2. Brown on the inside. Brown makes it stick. Brown leads it. Watson's in there in that 2 spot. Who's picking up 3? That is Grace Birch out of the Southwest. So it is the Southwest. 1 and 3. Last straight action. She is your European number 4. She's going to add a 0-1 to that. Lottie can't stop, won't stop. Brown takes the win.
Moving on, 15-year-old boys lining up. We have got Finley Collis from the Southwest. We'll just let Amelia roll off. Oh dear. Someone needs a hug when she gets back to mum and dad, that's for sure. Anyway, on to the 15-year-olds. For the Southwest, Finley Collis. For the North, Henry Rayner. For the South, Kai Blaine. For the Southwest, Lucas Webster. For the North, Caden Dunn. For the Midlands, Sean Brown. For the North, Eli Smith. And for the South, Cody Coker. Absolute silence for the start, please, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. It's go, go, go in the 15-year-olds. Eli Smith got a good start, but the rider next to him got a better one. And I've got a feeling that was Cody Coker heading for turn number 1. Smith's in there as well. The North are going 2 and 3 right now because Caden Dunny's in there. It's a North posse chasing down the rider from the South. 13.5. Cody Coker. Eli is right on his back wheel. He's going to have to throw it in the final turn if he wants to make it happen. Coker and Smith. Look at the drag race down the straight. Who's going to get in at that line? Coker gets it by half a bike from Eli Smith. What a race. 15-year-old girls. Just hang on, I need a breath. Right. 15-year-old girls up next for the Southwest. Sophie Elwood. For the Midlands, Lorianne Carruthers. For East Anglia, Annalise Cadman Carpenter. For the South, Sabina Ashman. For East Anglia, jumping Jess Marriott. For the Midlands, Carly Hayes. For the South, Megan Roy. And on the 3.1 for the Midlands, Ruby Moores. Silence for the start, please. Thank you. Here we go, 15-year-old girls tearing down the hill. Who's going to be the first into the first turn? as we go into corner number 1. Lorianne Carruthers getting involved. It looks like Ruby Moores has stolen the whole shot. She's in there in 1, but they are queuing up behind her. Carly Hayes, he's right there with her. Megan Roy as well, and the rider out of Southwest is Sophie Elwood, but he's still Super Rubes holding on to it. Carly Hayes right there next to her. What's going to happen on the final straight? Hayes dives underneath. Hayes, Moores, drag race into the line. It's going to be so close. Who's going to get it? Oh, I think Ruby nicked it, but we're going to have to leave it to the transponders of truth.
16-year-olds are lining up out of the gate for the race final. Out of the Midlands, Curtis Copeland. Out of East Anglia, Thomas Miller. For the North, Elliot Brook. For the North again, Jaden Fawcett. Another rider out of the North, Thomas Duran. For the Midlands, James Clitheroe. Out of the North, Finn Hoff. And riding for the South, Ollie Kendall. Sixteen-year-old boys on a go. Thomas Duran has had a great gate out of lane number 3. It is Kendall on the inside. Who's going to get the whole shot into the turn? Junior Doctor Smooth is here with him. Kendall, Clitheroe, Hoff. That's your 1, 2, 3. Duran's hit the deck on the exit of turn number 1. Copeland's in there in about 4. Here comes Clitheroe. Clitheroe's on the inside. Hoff stay with him as well. Seconds in action. Finn Hoff works his way through, but it's all about the South out front. Ollie Kendall wants to pick up another 0-1 to add to his collection. Kendall, Hoff, Clitheroe, Copeland. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ollie Kendall does it. Tom Duran is back onto his feet, ladies and gents. Put your hands together for him. The 16-year-old girls are up on the gates ready for their final. Out of the North, Molly Simpson. For the South, Lacey Beard. Out of the Southwest, Lexi Arthurs. For the North, Kira Stretch. For the North again, Lily Phillips. Out of the North, Annabelle Charlton. Out of the North, Rosie O'Brien. And for the South of Peckham BMX, Fumi Anna Amy Hepburn.
All shot award, 17-18.
16-year-old girls hit the track. Looks like there's a great gate out of lane number 3. That looked like it could have been Annabelle Charlton. Heading for the turn, Fumiana Amy Hepburn is on the inside. It's going to be the North. 1, 2, 3. In and across the whole shot line. The North are dominating this one out in full force. They're going 1 through 5 at the moment, but it is all out front with the race leader. That is the 6.4 Lily Phillips. Phillips leads it from the 7.4 of Kira Stretch. That looks like it is Annabelle Charlton inside the top 3, but Phillips is running away with it into the final corner. In and out she goes. There's a good old scrap going on for that top 3 spot. Last straight action. Phillips is going to take it. Here comes Stretch for the 2. Fumiana Amy Hepburn finishes off her lap with a podium position.
All right, we're moving on to the first of our ODI whole shot award classes. £100 for the whole shot and a load of ODI goodies for the 17 to 18-year-old final. We have from the south, Arne Esselmont. For the north, Jaden Seward. For the southwest, Alfie Holloway. For East Anglia, Freddie Cadman Carpenter. On his home track for the Midlands, Zach Green. For the south, Che Young. For the north, George Gerard. And for the south, Reuben Smith. Silence for the start, please, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. 17 to 18-year-old men final. Who's going to get that 100 quid Holshaw award? Here comes Cadman Carpenter from the outside. Reuben Smith as well. He goes to the rider from the south. So as they head in and out of the turn, Cadman Carpenter, he's put that disappointment behind him. He's looking for a way through now to pick up that 0-1. Under he goes, puts it in there. Oh, 1-2 riders hitting the deck. Seaward's gone down as well. The south are going mad. In and out of the final turn. Looks like their rider's going to pick it up. It is the 22.5. Arne Esselmon takes the title. He might get the long jump award as well. But oh my words. Reuben Smith, Freddie Cadman Carpenter into the corner. The move had to be made. He stuck it in there, and it went absolutely pear-shaped. Reuben is up and all right. Jin Seaward is up and okay. We are just looking after Freddie Cadman Carpenter. Once again, can we remind everybody around the side of the track about air horns? Please leave it till they're like 10 feet out of the gates. Do not blow those air horns when riders are up on that gate, please. Thank you. So Reuben Smith does not take the title, but he takes 100 quid and a load of ODI goodies.
Put your hands together for Freddie Cadman Carpenter, ladies and gents. Had an absolute blinder of the day yesterday on his cruiser. Wanted to do the same on his 20-inch. But as Rich likes to say, he sort of pulled the pin and threw a grenade of crazy into turn 2.
Yeah.
Your 19 to 29-year-olds are lined up, ready to go on at the gate. Riding for the south, Neil Brunez. Out of East Anglia, Josh Wallace. Out of the south, Billy Luckhurst. Out of the north, Ross Sharp. Out of the north again, Ollie Coe. Out of East Anglia, Josh Butson. Out of the southwest, Callum Charles Maple. And out of the Midlands on his home track, your new national champion, Tyrese Ratchell. The 19 to 29-year-olds hit the track. Tyrese Ratchell's first wheel is the one to show. Heading for turn number 1, Ratchell leads it. That looks like Callum John Maple sliding into that 2 spot. In the turn, Neil Brunez is in the middle of the pack. It looks like Coates in there in about 3. Heading for turn number 2. Ratchell, Maple, near out front from the rest of the pack. Ross Sharp thrown it under in turn 2 and worked his way into a top 4 spot. Last turn action, Maple threw his eyes under. Ratchell didn't dive under. Tyrese Ratchell is going to take home his first ever British title. Callum John Maple for 2. Ollie Cook rounds out your podium.
Amazing. Amazing. I can't believe Tyrese has never won a British title, but there's a first time for everything, and it's today. Next up, 17 to 29-year-old female. Lining up, we have from the south, Taylor Lee Moen. For the south, Hannah Drew. For the north, Imogen Gibson. For the southwest, Megan Kirby. For the north, Olivia Firth. For the north, Caitlin Ellis. For the Midlands, Lily Chiziwa. And on a home track of Derby for the Midlands, Lottie Marnie. Silence for the start, please. Thank you. Seventeen to 29-year-old girls heading down the hill. Lily Chiziwa and Megan Kirby heading for turn number 1. Where is Lottie Marnie? She's caught up in the pack. Caitlin Ellis is in there in 3 right now, riding for the north, but it's Lily Chiziwa from just down the road in Nottingham. She is leading it into turn number 2. Ellis has made a move and stolen that second place. As they go towards the final corner, there is no doubt who is in control in this one. Lily Chiziwa of the Midlands. She's going to bring it home. Second title of the weekend. She did it on Cruiser as well. What a ride from Lily.
We have got the Masters lined up on the gates. Let's get you introduced. Out of the Midlands, Dale Scotts.
Any more secret ones that we don't know about?
Out of East Anglia, Darren Thompson.
I'll tell you.
Out of the Southwest, Nathan Abbott. Out of the South, Darren Utley. Out of the Midlands, Billy Irwin. Out of the Southwest, David James. Out of the Midlands, Sean Isitz. And out of East Anglia, your reigning British champion, John Livingstone. Masters hit the track. Livingston has an absolute blinder of the first pedal, but he's got a couple of Midlands riders on the outside and on the inside heading for the turn. Your 0-1 looks to pick up that whole shot, and he does. So Livingston is it 1 and 2. That looks like David James in there in about 3. Billy Owens in 4. It's not done yet though. He's looking round the outside of Livingston in turn 2. Can he come back at him into the final turn? The last time he raced the Brits, he made this one stick. Last turn action. It's it! Elbow to elbow with Livingston. Is he going to do it? He did it a few years ago in 2021. He does it again in 24. What a move in that final turn. John Livingston picks himself up. Put your hands together for John Livingston, ladies and gents.
If you'd like to open the BMX textbook at page 7, look at diagram 4D. That was absolutely as it was. Sean Issit with the textbook manoeuvre. Oh, anyway. We could see that coming from about halfway down the third straight. Anyway, moving on. Female 30 plus. We have for Scotland, Fiona Barry. For East Anglia, Abby Hill. For the Midlands, Annie Chiziwa. For East Anglia, Josephine Burston. For the South, Anita Wong. For the South, Kim Basford. For the North, Savannah Carver. And for the Southwest, Rebecca Goal. Right, this one is for the Tabby Rendell Wonder Woman Award. Who's going to get it as they head towards that first turn? Rebecca Gold gets her nose out in front. That looks like Kim Batsford in there in 2. Sav Carver going through in 3. Anita Wong in 4. Josephine Burston in 5. But it's about the Southwest right now. She's opening a gap. The reigning British champion, the 0-1 of Rebecca Gold. The tyre was skipping round the corner. It's not held her back. Kim Batsford levying herself a bit too much to do in 2. But as they head towards the line, the winner of the British title, the Tabby Rendell Wonder Woman Award, it is Rebecca Cole. Kim Batsford for 2, Sav Carver for 3.
Final number 14 is up on the gate. These are your vets. Riding from the south, George Summond. Out of the south again, Steve Manning. Out of the Midlands, Matt Barnard. Out of the south, Adam Boudet. Out of the south, Zoltan Boudet. Out of the Midlands, Lee Carrick. Out of Scotland, Fraser Watson. And out of the Midlands, Ben Martinez. Vets hit the track. Final 14, Watson's on the inside, but check him out, he's a powerhouse for a reason. Ben Martinez is going to check into that first turn out front. It's getting busy between the Scotsmen and a few of the South Riders into the corner, but it is Watson coming out on top in that 2 spot. Martinez, Watson in that order, the 1.5 in there as well. That's Steve Manning. Lee Carrick has had an absolute blinding second straight once again. He's inside the top 4, and he wants to put 2 Midlands riders on the podium in and out of that final corner. Martinez, he's going to take this one down to the wire. The battle is on for 3. Martinez, Watson, that's your 1 and 2. Carrick's going to round out your podium spots.
Right, moving on, we have got the Grand Veterans lining up on the gate. For the Midlands, Brett Knight. For the North, Gary Carver. For the Midlands, Michael Goff. For the South, Lee Hunt. For East Anglia, Julian Allen. For the South, Stephen Hassel. For the South, Craig Hughes. And for East Anglia, Alan Hill. Here come the Grand Veterans. Hilly wants the title. Stephen Hassel wants to make up for the disappointment at Cruiser as they head towards the turn. Hilly and Hassel, 1 and 2 into the corner. Craig Hughes in there in 3. Timmy Turnbar's going round in 4. The Midlands guys are getting involved. I can see Brett Knight doing his best to work his way through. Hill, Hassel, Rhea, Hughes, 1, 2 and 3. Hilly's checked out and gone. Add another trophy to the trophy cabinet. It's as big as his house anyway. He's got that many of them. Alan Hill, Turnbar's off the last jump. Hassel for 2, Hughes for 3.
Junior men are lined up on the gate, ready to go. Let's get you introduced. Out of the north, Flynn Drellincourt. Out of the north, Harvey Fawcett. Riding for the south, Miller Hughes. Out of the north, Gabe Simpson. Out of East Anglia, Jared Hill. Out of the southwest, Ned Penny. Riding for the south, Danny Jake Montfort. And out of the north, on the 1, 3, 4, Jimmy Criddle. Here we go, junior men hit the track, looking like Criddle's had a blinder of the gate, heading for that first turn out of the inside. He's worked his way across. Who's that working his way underneath? Looks like the rider from the south is Danny Jake Montfort. So is Criddle, Montfort, Simpson, Hill. That's your 1, 2, 3, 4 as they head into that second corner. Danny Jake Montfort is... Simpson gets the second turn wrong and ends up on the deck. How on earth no one else got swallowed up, I have no idea. But the battle is out front. Montfort chasing it to the line. Criddle gets him wrong. Criddle hangs on. Montfort for 2. Ned Penny astonishes your line, picks up a podium spot. Jared Hill just about avoided Gabe Simpson in turn 2 and took 4. Put your hands together for Gabe Simpson, ladies and gentlemen.
Two finals left here at the British BMX Championships 2024. The first of those finals is Championship Women 17 plus. For the South, Taya Gaynor. For East Anglia, Elizabeth Bound. For the South, Lucy Simpson. For East Anglia, Freya Chalice. And for the Southwest, Cody Harbour. Silence for the start, please. Thank you. Championship Women 17 plus. This one is total points as they head towards that first turn. Freya the Slayer Chalice. She's had 3 wins so far. Can she make it 4? In and out of the turn we go. Chalice out in front. That looks like Lucy Simpson in there in 2. Maggie Bound battling away with Taya into that corner. Cody Harmer in 5. But out in front, the yellow and black reign supreme again. Freya the Slayer Chalice. She's going to add to her world one with a 0-1. The British title. Lucy Simpson coming across for 2. Taya Gaynor 4-3. All right, the final about to go for the British Championships 2024. But before we do that, we need to do the traditional thank yous. First up, the guys and the girls I think they're in green this weekend. They pick you up when you fall down, fix you up, attend to your wounds, send you to hospital if they need to. We've kept them so busy this weekend, but they have done a stellar job throughout the entire season. Please give it up. Make some noise for your medical team. Next up, the guys and the girls in the blue jackets. Jackets today because it's a little bit chilly. They do everything that needs to be done to make these races run really, really well. Sometimes they have to make unpopular decisions, but we can't do it without them. They are absolutely amazing. Please give it up for our commissars and our admin team. And last but not least, the hardest working club. I think they put so much effort into this. It takes a lot to run a national. It takes a lot to run any event, but to run the Brits, it's like next level busy. They've done it multiple years on the bounce. It is an amazing venue, an amazing host club. They've absolutely nailed it for the 2nd year running. I think they deserve a little bit of a rest, but before that, a massive, massive round of applause for Derby BMX Club. So the final of the British BMX Championships 2024, lining up on the gate, the Superclass final. First up from the north, Harry Tanner. On his home track of Derby, doing it for the Midlands, Jay Boville. From the north, back on his BMX bike, I'm so pleased to see it, it's Paddy Sharrock. From the Midlands on the 141, capable of turning any final on its head, George Hunt. On a 426 out of the north, smooth, Callum Strickland. For the Midlands on the 546, they're going to make some serious noise for Bradley Russell. On the 22 out of the north, this guy's future is so bright, we're all going to have to wear shades. It's Ross Cullen. And on the 068 in front of his Midlands friends and family, make some noise for Joss Marham. The Superclass final, absolute silence for the start, please. Thank you. It's go, go, go in the Superclass final. There's £100 up for grabs. Ross Cullen got it slightly wrong. The ODI Holshaw one. Oh, I'm not sure who he went to. Josh Marnham, I think he was, as they head down towards turn number 2. It was Marnham who picked up the Holshaw one. Hunt in 2, Bovill in 3. The Midlands are all over it. Ross Cullen didn't get the start he wanted. In and out the final turn. Josh Marnham on the 068, doing it for the Midlands, taking the title. The Midlands go 1, 2, 3. Wow, wow, wow. That's about to go off, amongst other things. There's a lads v dads football match. There's the small matter of a long jump competition. Get yourselves into the other fields. Grab yourselves a beverage. Have a really good time. Party the night away.
No, we have to go home, dude.